Are you ready to lose part of your money when interest rates go up? The rate hike is just around the corner, and if you don't prepare now, you could see your investments plummet in value. In this video, I'm going to show you 4 simple but powerful strategies to protect your money before it's too late. Because let me tell you, the rate hike is imminent, and if you don't act, you could find yourself in a very difficult situation. You cannot afford to ignore what's about to happen. When central banks decide to raise interest rates, everything changes. First, your debts. Do you have a mortgage, loans, credit cards? Then get ready because those monthly payments that are manageable now could skyrocket. Imagine having to pay hundreds or even thousands of euros more every year just because rates went up a few points. And here's the worst part. If you don't act right now, this increase will hit you before you even notice. But it's not just your personal debts that are affected. This also hits companies hard, especially those that depend on cheap credit to function. If you're invested in stocks or funds, listen carefully. When rates rise, the cost for these companies goes up, and as a result, their profits go down. Do you know what that means for you? Their stocks crash, and your money crashes with them. Think about it for a moment. How many times have we seen this happen before? Tech companies, real estate, even consumer goods, they all suffer when interest rates shoot up. Do you really want to stand by and watch your investments fall while doing nothing? You can't wait for it to happen. You need to act now. And don't forget about inflation. Because when interest rates rise, it's because governments are trying to control the rising prices. But that doesn't mean your problems are over. Before inflation is under control, everything around you will keep getting more expensive. What costs you 100 euros today might cost you 110 tomorrow, or even more. It's like your money loses value every day. Are you willing to let your purchasing power evaporate right before your eyes? This is not a distant warning. It's an imminent reality. Every day that goes by without taking action is a day closer to losing money, paying more on your debts, and watching your investments sink. The time to act is right now. If you wait for rates to go up, it will already be too late. Refinancing your debts, adjusting your investments, increasing your liquidity. All of this you can do right now, and you'll be preparing for what's coming. What do you prefer? Preparing and protecting your money, or letting time decide for you? Now that you understand how crucial the rate hike is, let me tell you what could happen to your finances if you don't act now. And I warn you, the consequences could arrive sooner than you think. First, let's talk about debt. If you have a variable rate mortgage or any loan that's tied to interest rates, get ready. Because when rates go up, what you pay every month also goes up. Yes, your monthly payments are going to be more expensive. Do you have credit cards? Same thing. The interest you pay on your credit card debt will also rise. Imagine this. Today you're paying 500 euros a month for your mortgage. And you think, I can handle this. But suddenly, rates go up. Now those 500 euros become 600 or even 700 euros a month. It's like they're taking money out of your pocket without you doing anything. Do you want that to happen to you? I'm sure you don't. Refinancing now is one of the best ways to protect yourself because you can lock in a fixed rate before everything goes up. But that's not all. What happens with debt also affects the market. And this is where many investors get lost and lose money. When interest rates rise, the cost of borrowing also rises for companies, especially those that depend on cheap credit to operate, like tech companies or real estate firms. This means less money available for growth, lower revenues, and what's worse for you as an investor, stocks that lose value. Want examples? Just look back. Every time rates go up, the most indebted sectors are the first to feel the blow. Stock prices drop, and if you haven't adjusted your portfolio, you risk seeing your investments crumble. Imagine, you open your investment account, and overnight you see a 10% drop, a 20% drop, or even more. Would you want that to happen to you? And lastly, inflation. Yes, that silent enemy that makes everything around you more expensive. When rates go up, central banks do it to try and curb inflation. But before that happens, prices will keep rising. And in the meantime, if you don't act, your money loses purchasing power. Today you can buy a grocery cart for 100 euros, but tomorrow it will cost 110, 120, or more. It's like your money is worth less and less each day. So, here's the truth. The rate hike isn't something that's going to happen in the future. It's going to affect you right now, and if you're not prepared, you could find yourself stuck with higher debt payments, investments that lose value, and prices that keep rising out of control. But there's something you can do, and that's to act before it's too late. Now that you know what can happen when rates go up and you're not prepared, let's get to the most important part: how to protect your money today. Because you're not here just to hear problems. You're here to find solutions. And I assure you, if you follow these strategies, you'll be in a much better position when rates go up. Strategy 1. Refinance your debts. First strategy, and perhaps the most important if you have debts, refinance now. This is something many people don't do until it's too late. If you have a variable rate mortgage or any other loan that fluctuates with interest rates, now is the perfect time to renegotiate and lock in a fixed rate. Don't wait, because when rates go up, you're going to pay more. Imagine this. Today you refinance and lock in a low rate. And while everyone else sees their payments increase, you keep your payments exactly the same. That's money that stays in your pocket. And believe me, in the coming months, every euro will count. So, if you can do it now. Don't wait until it's too late. Strategy 2. Adjust your investment portfolio. Now, let's talk about investments. If you're in the stock market, it's time to review your portfolio and make some adjustments. During a rate hike, some sectors can suffer much more than others. Tech stocks, for example, are extremely sensitive to the cost of credit because many of these companies rely on loans to finance their growth. If you're overexposed to tech, you could be in trouble. So, what can you do? Diversify. Look for sectors that tend to hold up better during rate hikes. For example, consumer staples companies, like those that produce food or basic necessities, tend to be more stable. People always need to eat, no matter what happens. Another defensive sector is healthcare. These types of companies don't depend as much on credit, and their demand doesn't drop easily. If you adjust your portfolio today, you'll be preparing for what's coming. And while others see their investments fall, you could be more protected. Strategy 3. Increase your liquidity. The next strategy is key. Increase your liquidity. In times of financial uncertainty, cash is king. Why? Because when markets start to fall and opportunities arise, you need to have cash available to take advantage of them. Imagine seeing quality stocks at low prices, but not having the money to buy them. That really hurts. That's why I recommend, if you have liquid assets or high-risk investments, consider selling part of them to generate cash. This cash not only protects you in uncertain times, but also allows you to enter the market when prices are low. Liquidity gives you power. Power to seize opportunities and, most importantly, not be tied down when everything is shaky. Strategy 4. Protect your money against inflation. And lastly, let's talk about protecting yourself against inflation. When rates go up, inflation is one of the biggest risks to the value of your money. That's why you need to look for assets that have historically served as protection against the loss of purchasing power. A classic example is gold. Gold has been a safe haven for centuries, especially in times of high inflation. Real estate can also offer some stability because while the prices of everything else are rising, properties tend to hold their value or even increase over time. Another option is to invest in inflation-protected bonds. These bonds adjust their payments based on the price index, meaning your investment adjusts with inflation, maintaining its real value. So, even as prices keep rising, your money will too. These are 4 clear and simple strategies, but extremely powerful if you apply them today. Refinance your debts, adjust your portfolio, make sure you have liquidity, and look for assets that protect you from inflation. If you do this, not only will you protect your money, but you'll also be in a prime position to seize opportunities when the market gets shaky. The time to act is now. Don't wait for rates to go up and the damage to be done. Remember, the rate hike won't wait for you. The time to protect your money is right now. If you act today, you'll be ready for what's coming, and that will give you a huge advantage. So don't let this opportunity pass you by. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future financial updates. Don't let your money evaporate. Protect yourself today. See you in the next video.